is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. So let me be very clear with everyone here. I want this to be understand. Life is not easy. It never will be. And the thing is life doesn't get easier. Let me save you the suspense. That's not a bad news. That's actually the gift, knowing that life is not going to be easier. I hope everyone's having a good week. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, if I can say words. Thank you for supporting the channel. The past few videos have been on relationships and kind of masculine, feminine energy. That is not the whole dynamic of this channel. This channel is about healthy lifestyle, being the best you can be. And, we're going to hit on a lot of topics, and I'm still going to podcast with some people and talk with some fellow men and women out there to kind of get their takes on some of these things. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So this video is about some life truths that I have lived my whole life. And some I've learned along the way, some were given to me, some I have figured out the good old-fashioned hard way. But these are things that I have learned to be true throughout life. First one is every mountain has two sides. One side, it breaks you on the way up. That's what it's meant to do. The other side tempts you to slide back down. But the truth, there's always another mountain waiting behind the one you just climbed. That is life. That's the game. So what do? You need to get stronger. Stop assuming life's going to be easier, because it's not going to be. You need to build up resilience. That is the purpose. All right. It's not saying life's hard, but life is not going to get easier. I'm going to go ahead and make it easy for you. Another life truth of mine is laughing in the face of adversity. This video is not going to be long and drawn out. I'm going to tear each of these apart in further videos, but I want to get them out to y'all. Laughing in the face of adversity. When tough times come, and they will, smile in the storm. Laugh in the fire and keep moving forward. All right. I've gotten so far in life from laughing through tough times. I'm not being a child. I'm not being immature. I'm not taking a serious situation and tarnishing it. No, but I'm choosing to find the little sliver of joy, that silver lining in the cloud, if you will, of that tough, crappy day. And finding a way to laugh, be joyful. This one I heard years ago, and I'm giving the credit where credit is due on this one. Denzel Washington said, and I've always been a big fan of Denzel, great godly man. But he said, don't just aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference. I've always lived a version of that in my life, but hearing him say it, I was like, man, that hit close to home. And that's tough. That's a humble thing to say. Not just aspiring to go out and be wealthy, which everyone wants a nice car. We want nice things. We want to be able to afford to take our loved ones out and go see the world and do these great things. But the reality of it is, we have to realize we've got a legacy. We've got something to leave behind. And it is up to us to aspire to make a difference. Each time we learn something new, reach back and teach somebody new, something new. Because money feeds the body, but meaning feeds the soul. We got to give meaning to these people that we've got to leave behind our knowledge to. Because if I died tomorrow, what good is all the things I know if nobody else knows it? It's useless. All right. Speaking of which, if any of y'all would like, I have 2 books on Amazon. I've had a bunch of books I've been writing over the years, and none of which are, it took me years to get this stuff out of my head. One of them is called Forge, Rise into Leadership. It's a book on leadership, A lot of these are truths within that. And then one is Shedding Pounds and Pumping Iron. Basically a way to get in shape and live healthy. I'm not some macho dude, but I believe in living a healthy life and finding a way to do it that everyone can achieve. It does not need to be some bodybuilder superficial life. You can make this happen just in your own bedroom and going to Publix. Okay, it doesn't have to be complicated living a healthy life and being in shape. That's what this book is designed for, the average person to understand it is okay, it is easy to lose weight and get your goals and achieve them. I'm not a genius. I'm not a scientist. I'm not, freaking certified and physical therapy, all these things, exercise science, but I was a personal trainer for years. And these are things that I've learned to be true. So 2 great books on Amazon. Type in my name, Matthew Sandifer, Shedding Pounds, Pumping Iron, and Forge, Rise into Leadership. And remember, guys, to hit like and subscribe. Share this video if you know anyone it can help or impact them in their life. Another truth. Love women, lift children, protect them, honor them. And if you find love, pursue her every day. We've talked about this before. Every day's got to be the first with her. You're going to go through tough times. You're not going to agree at all the times, but whatever. Pursue her every day. Love her every day. She's supposed to be the queen, so pursue her every day. And kids, guys, this is humbling. I have a bad habit of saying curse words. You don't want the kids learning the bad words. Be mindful of the ears and eyes that are around you. Be careful what your kids are watching on TV. Be careful what your kids are learning in school. Parenting, when it comes to kids going to school, say a kid goes to public school. If you're a homeschool parent, hey, superhero, you rock. But people like us, you can't all do it. It's tough. When they come home, it's your job to find out what they're learning in school. Follow up. Be an active parent. Being a good parent is not about having money. It's not about out there, signing your kid up for all these sports and things. No, it's about being present. Being a good parent is about being present. All right. I saw this meme the other day, and we're going to get off of this truth and we'll dive into it later because kids are the future. It's this father and son sitting on a park bench. It almost made me cry. It's so sad. The father's on his phone, looking at his phone, and he's envisioning what he'd rather be doing. And his little 4-year-old son, in his head, his little thought bubble, all he could think of is him and his dad sitting on that bench. That kid right then and there, all he wants to do is be with dad. And dad's always focusing on what he doesn't have. Let's remember the joy in being a child at times. Okay, yes, parents have different things they have to focus on, but come on. All right, I'm not yelling at anyone. I'm saying, hey, this is a reminder to myself. These are truths that I've lived by. I'm just trying to uplift and help y'all out there. You're not alone. If you're struggling as a parent, hey, find a community of other parents and link up and do it together. You're not alone, okay? It's okay. You are not alone. But kids are very important. Another truth of mine that I've lived by, and this one is fun. Wear your scars with pride. They don't make you broken. They make you proof. Proof you survived. Proof you kept going when most people quit. You gain these scars, these things on your life, on your soul, on your heart. Some of them physical, and wear them with pride because they're a symbol, a token of what you went through to level up to get here. You have leveled up in life, right? Wear that with pride. Don't be afraid of the fact that you failed. Failure's fine. It is good. It's imperative almost, I would say. You can never be successful without failure. Yeah, that's right. Take that to the bank and cash it. I'm also not a genius, but these are truths I've lived by. All right. And life is just not easy, and it never will be. And you got to stop expecting it to be. A struggle will come, and that's the beauty. The journey itself becomes a reward. It's and men, you're supposed to be the strength. Women, you're supposed to have the grace. Men, take the strength for her. She's not meant to have it hard every day. Men, I'm talking to you when I say that. But life is going to be tough for everyone. But when you have someone you love in your life, it makes it so much more beautiful. The journey is a reward. It's that simple. Storms don't last forever, but strong roots do. Grow deep, not just tall. The inspiration behind the page, roots and wings is the roots that bind us, that ground us. The balance of life. It's like the yin and yang. You've got the free spirited, floating wings. You've got this angelic version of yourself or your other half. In my scenario, my fiance, she is very, very outgoing, very, very, she's very, I would say that the easiest way I could put this to kind of balance is I'm the grounding force, and she's more free-minded, free-floating. She's definitely, she's just a beautiful soul, and it is a balance. And this doesn't have to be a relationship, it is the balance. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. This one's fun. I've done this myself a lot. That's why this is in this list. I've done this more than anybody watching this, I promise you. Run your own race. Your finish line will never, ever, ever look like theirs. Even when you run a race, the finish line doesn't look the same. I ran 3 Spartan races recently, and I'm not like, in shape. But the finish line for every single person looked differently. The fact that you finished, the excitement, the disappointment, or whatever it is you feel, it's always going to look different. That's very literal, but in the metaphoric sense, your finish line's different. So stop comparing yourself. Pain is not the jailer. It is your teacher. Take the lesson and then move forward. That simple. That is that simple. Gratitude turns little into enough, and enough into abundance. Fall 7 times, rise 8. Rise louder, rise stronger. Rise or die trying. Rise up every time. It's that simple. And I make this page to hold myself accountable, not just to preach to you all. I want to grow a nice following of people that want to grow as individuals and hold each other accountable. Yeah, you're going to have a bunch of trolls on here and whatnot. Who cares? Move past it, guys. All right, we're trying to lift each other up. All right, it's 2025. It's the weirdest time in the world. And what we can do is stand together and not hate so much. Lift one another up. Your time is your greatest wealth. Spend it where your heart earns interest. J.R. Tolkien, all we have to do is to decide what to do with the time that's given to us. Lord of the Rings fans out there, Gandalf saying that. It's, whoa, crap. Whenever you watch it, you're like, all right, that 2 bags of Cheetos ate. Not a bold move. But the thing is, guys, is what's going to pay you interest in life? What is giving you dividends you're paying time into? Whenever I flood my time into a business, it's going to pay back money. Whenever I flood time into playing video games, it's going to cause weight gain, heart disease. I'm going to end up pissing off, my lover. I'm going to end up it's going to unbalance life. You need to focus. I'm not saying not to, everybody's got to have time to themselves where they do silly things. I go play some drums, I go on a run, whatever. I'm not saying not to do these random things, but you got to balance it. Everything is debit and credit. You got to balance out your life very well. And that's all there is to that. And remember this, legacy is not what you leave behind, but it's who you lift up while you are here. And I'm going to close with this. And I want anyone to please like and subscribe this video, share it. Leave some comments below if you have any life truths you've lived by. And if you like this content, please let me know, because I have a bunch of stuff I really want to try and just grow this channel with. But, stop waiting for life to get easier. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The truth is, it doesn't get easier. You get stronger. And when you do, nothing can ever, ever stop you. Have a wonderful night. Like and subscribe, and have a great week. And remember, you are beautiful. Lift someone else up today and aspire to make a difference. Y'all have an absolutely amazing rest of your week. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye. Peace be with you.